It is Monday morning, and we are we are doing Archeage 101. This almost feels like a job. I couldn't sleep last night. My kids don't have school. I was like, okay though. Boom, Handar. Okay, first and foremost, gotta fix that. When you're doing computer stuff, you gotta realize that the computer is only as drunk as you tell it to be. And I realized what the problem is. Problem is I put brackets on stuff. I did not put the little crazy things. So as those happen and I see them, bring this over here real quick. Which one is that? Oh, that's why. Trying to fix all these. Put brackets in them instead of the other thingamabobbers. Thingamabobbers it is, right? Now let's see if ground control. Oh no, I can't do it on that one. But want to say thank you to all these people. Start off my show right. All these people make this possible. Getting a little packed here with supporters. Liking it. The thing is with all these supporters, I'm actually having to keep raising my game. So that's the best way to get started. Have a group of supporters, and then you feel like you have to get something done. Big thank you to everyone, even the people that just show up at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Monday to hang out. So we're gonna go into the live show here. We're gonna grab some stuff. We're gonna talk about a couple of topics today. Oh, but you know what? Before we do that, I'm gonna show you guys. Get this up. Let's see. Charlie Chop is able to catch us live today. That's cool. It's always nice when people can catch us live. I've actually been really shocked lately at the total number of people watching the live stream cross posts. That's been pretty amazing. In fact, while I'm here, let me start the export of Friday's show. What are you doing, computer? Stop it. Damn computers. But I got some stuff to share as well. You guys know putting this show on the agenda was a little rough, and I'm not even gonna lie. Frost was like, you should do a morning show. And I'm like, I don't think people are gonna watch a morning show. He's like, yeah, but you should at least try. You should at least see how that will work. And I'm like, all right, I'll try a morning show. I honestly figured that I'd have like 5 people. I honestly figured I'd have like 5 people. So I was like, this ain't gonna last long. And the truth be told, this is actually the show that has had the highest numbers for being the newest show. Now, this show won't always necessarily stay Archeage. This show may become one of the variety shows, whatever's on the agenda. As I said a while ago, once I get going with a an Archeage 101 time slot that is the best of the time slots, then that will be the show. Check my creator studio. Normally Monday mornings when I used to get like the most work done. Okay, so go. It. This is the night school cover. Yep. Usually I get a lot of the Nitnoid stuff done over the weekend, but I gotta admit, I'm gonna show you guys something I'm really excited about. Let me get this, get that over there, and I can just sit. Bring up another one. Here's what I'm really excited about. Oh, Baby Spice. Yeah, how am I doing today, man? I didn't sleep last night at all. I don't sleep well when I have to be the one who gets up. I'm always afraid I'm gonna miss my alarm clock. I've always been like this. So let's flip over to a here we go. So here's your ParadoxGaming.net website. I am not a stellar webpage designer, right? I make it nice, clean, neat. Here, like the bare minimums, there you are live. If like, oh shit, is anybody live? As we grow, once I get things going a little bit better, I will, you know, Wolfus is there. Frost will end up down there. I plan on adding a couple other streamers to the network this year. I'm trying to get partner first so I can put my stream team together. That looks like it's gonna take me a little longer than I thought. Got the Archeage section. I know that's what you guys come for. So here's that old guide. It's just kind of chucked in there, no label. But here are the big ones for Archeage over the years. But here's what you guys have been waiting for. Here's Archeage 101, and there it is. It is up in the entire 72-page guide is up. Now, it's not completely formatted how I want. It's not, you know, it's not done. I got to go back and I got to put return to tops. I know, the big one. Gold making guide. July, where's it's in progress. I haven't written the gold making guide yet. I got to get all this other stuff done, right? I got to get all this other stuff done. But, you know, you want to know about titles? It'll get you there. I gotta make a little adjustment so that it pops you right about there instead. But it's up, it's functional. That was the big project. Now the big goal is to start the video footage this week. I'd like to get 1, 2, and 3 done. Then the nice part about this is once I'm done, I'll go to classes. Once I'm done with this, and I'm done with the text document, I'm done with the initial videos, I can always come in, cut a new video, change the text guide around a little bit, and then pop in the new stuff. That's really the problem with Archeage 101 now. I cut each video as a topic in and of itself, but they're all just links of chain on the desk. I wanted to do this document to link them all together. That way I can write the document, put the video bits back in. All right, stop dancing. Don't need too much dancing. All right, now we got research to do this morning. Plus, I got a problem. I'm broke. I never thought I was going to completely rewrite the entire Archeage curriculum again. And so I haven't really worried about making gold. Now, today, we are going to have to make some gold. We are down to 1,500 gold. But I want to talk. What's on my list of things to do today? Sorry, I'm using the same notebook for 2 games. So the back of this notebook is 7 Days to Die. I'll be getting back into 7 Days a little bit. I didn't get a chance to see Wolfus' stream. She streamed 7 days. Alpha 17 is out for 7 days. So that is you know, another game I'm gonna swing by. Then the goal is to swing by Eve. I got lots of goals this year, but Archeage 101 is like, right now Archeage 101 is like the flagship product. So that's what I'm working on. Let's go to no, we'll go to Paranors, because this is where I get my quests done. While I'm porting, open up my family quests. Now we're going to talk blue salt bonds. We're going to talk these new quests. We're going to talk the proficiency autocomplete certificates. And these actually are just another thing that make me want to not play. I read. So, first and foremost, these things, the blue salt bonds, these took the place of residency tokens. Now, residency tokens used to only be obtainable in the zone where you are a resident. Well, we're gonna start with the resident board, and then I'm gonna show you guys. Do not translate. 2 gold, 50 silver, blue salt bond. Okay. Do not translate. It's a pain in the ass, right? Do not translate. Take reward. Removed 20 lumber. Acquired a blue salt bond. So this one was the 20. Now, unfortunately, it is hard to figure out if you should do this because you have no idea. You have no idea what they're trying to take out of your inventory. Lumber. Purchase. 20. 20 is 5 gold. Okay. 60. We're going to just call that 64 silver. So you're paying about 2 gold, about 3 gold, 14 silver in product to get the certificate. Now, I can come around the corner because this is my zone. I could, if I wanted to, invest. Oh, and they stack now. Yep. I'll get there. Crawl, walk, run, Charlie. Crawl, walk, run. So I could invest this blue salt bond into the residence bench if I wanted to get a cut of. Nope, Kadam. If I wanted to get a cut of this, and let's see what we got here. If I wanted to get my cut of 4,529 gold, and obviously, wow. I would definitely be getting a cut of it. Get down. I would definitely be getting a cut of it. There's only been 5 people thrown in any contribution. So I could get a cut of that if I wanted. That's not what I want to do with them, but I could. 20,000 for a 16 by 16. People are stupid. Now, other ways that you can get these. You want to say hello? Come here. He knows when I'm streaming, because he hears me talking to you guys. It's the only time he'll come and hang out. Or at night while I'm trying to sleep, right, Furball? So now, Stone Rind Pumpkin. Don't need this one. The Building a Reputation. 500 vocation badges, the blue salt bond. Let me close this real quick. Bring this family up. Yeah, if I don't give him some attention right now, he's going to paw my leg the entire time I'm trying to stream. Deliver supplies to the community center. So you might as well open this quest while you're doing the other one. Building a Reputation is right there. So it's one of the ones you're going to do. You might as well open this, get the extra 1,000 vocation badges. Because those are labor, or those are gold, right? You can directly convert those to gold. Gonna pick up another 500 and another blue salt bond. I know this one's stone because it's Building a Reputation. It's this zone. This mongrel. This is cloud. Okay, so now nothing real impressive here. Going to the resident board, doing your residence daily. Coming to the Blue Salt Manager, picking up a... I picked up 2. I already had 1. Get down, please. Now, I'm going to pop over to Unister that normally... Oh, first I want to check the crafting board real quick. And then I'm going to show you guys why crafting is now garbage. They ruined crafting. Nothing worth doing. It would almost be worth it if, because I'm leveling masonry. But, I'll clip over to Unister real quick. And I think I can go ahead and... I have the test server up in the background. I don't think I'm going to need it because the test server's cash shop is down. So I'm not going to be able to show you guys the last part of this today. But I'll show you everything up to the last part. I was actually floored yesterday. I actually couldn't play yesterday. Okay, get down now. Go. Go. You're hurting me. I actually couldn't play yesterday. I was just so irritated with the game. Ah, guildmate. Say, come over here. Even though this is the residence board, and I am not a resident of Unister, there's the 100 labor one. You get 12 gold, 50 for the 100 one. Now, truthfully, is let's see if it's even worth it. Do I have lumber? How much is 300? Or how much is lumber? Not 100. So you're gonna pay about 16 gold. I don't necessarily get down with buying the lumber. What can we do it for if we do logs? No. Wow. Purchase 16. So 4 gold and some labor. What would cost you to do the 100 one? Not necessarily sure if I want to go that route right now, but you could pick up another blue salt bond, and then I think Solus will give me. I think Solus will give me another one, and that should be 60. Oh no, sound bug. Go away. Yes. Oh, doesn't look like Solus has. Maybe. Nope. Cottage. Raised cottage. Let's see. We did Unister. We did Solus. I believe you can do the 20, the 60, and the 80 every day. I'll talk about resilience in just a second. Let me finish up this. I wonder if I can't pick up the next one because I still have the 100. That might be it too. Yeah, I could try Rookborn as well. We've been testing this. It's a bit of a pain in the ass. And I'm gonna try Rookborn. And then if Rookborn doesn't have it, because we've already tested this through once, then it means I have because I have the 100 one, I can't pick up the other one. So I've been able to do it 3 times. I've been able to do the 20, the 60, and the 100. I've never not gotten yet. So let me, for science, even though I don't want to, have carpentry high enough to mass produce? I do. Oh, partial purchase. Yeah, I'm wondering if I'm legit just wondering if it's because I have actually gonna kill off this I kill off the other client. I need to do a Windows wipe. I think. I think that might be part of my problem. Over the years of it, like I haven't cleaned my solid state in 2 years. I think it's just time to reinstall Windows. The problem is I have so much stuff. I always back up everything. I'd have to back it all up to my non-solid state drive. While I'm running over here, resilience, how can I put this? There's not really a cap on resilience. Resilience is now based as a stat of what does the other guy have. I mean, obviously, if you're fighting somebody that has 300% crit damage, then you're gonna want as much resilience as you can get. You literally gonna want as much resilience as you can get. Now, a lot of these, we were talking on Friday, a lot of people are switching over to a Def Pen build, which I can show you guys the numbers again from Friday's show. Yeah, a Def Pen build is going to reduce my effective hit points by half, but you're still going to, like, I have 100,000 effective hit points, even without, defense. I will in 5.5. I did it based on the 5.5 numbers. Alright, so I have to go back to Yinister. Talk to a lumber community center manager. Okay. Well, let's go Y and Y. That's where I picked this up from. Which is odd, because I got lumber in Paranor as well. So, resilience, I would say 8K resilience, probably, is where you want to be at. What is with the load times, man? Now let's try Solus. Solus is where I was getting the 60 quest. Yeah, you never get the one in Rakala, and it's the first one you check daily. I'm still trying to figure out the rhyme or the reason. Kia gets Rookborn and Hasla and Falcorth. See, now it's there. So you guys know I don't make this stuff up. This should be 60 lumber. 60 iron ingots. Which I'm really not gonna do 60 iron ingots for 7 gold. I highly doubt that this price point is gonna be even remotely. Yeah, purchase. No. Yeah, that one's gonna be an 11 golden. I'll do it. It's just gold, right? That's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be farming for it. So, now, picked up a bunch of Blue Salt Brotherhood bonds. I'm sorry. Blue Salt bonds. There's no Brotherhood. Apparently they stop being brothers when it comes to the money, right? You guys would be so proud of me. I have quit soda again. It's after the holiday season. Gotta get healthy. There's a 2-liter of Dr. Pepper sitting on the table, not opened. Came with dinner last night. Let's see. People are like, is there a glider? There's no glider with immunity on launch. Wings have immunity on launch. But people ask questions all the time. So yeah, Frost, 8,000 resilience, probably. I'll show you the math in a second, once I finish up this piece. Hopefully I have a hero that's activated the board. So here you go. Here's the support board. Now, it comes up random which hero of Hiranya or hero of Nui or hero of the Pirates or hero whatever. Comes up random which one it is. This wants 2 bonds. 2 bonds is worth 900 honor. 1 bond is worth 500. 4 is worth 2,200. I haven't seen 3 yet. Hello, little person. There's a little person here. There's no school today. So that's what these are for. You can either chuck them into the residence daily, the residence board, or you can save them and come and get your honor. The other thing is, and I have no idea, but I believe that these are the same token that you will need for the Anya and the Delphinid gear when that comes out. That is my belief. So I'm doing them now because free gear is free. I need to go. Oh. Make some gold, right? Need to go farm 1 iron fragment so that I can make more gold, because I'm poor. Grab the iron. Let me grab the armor. 3 times is 900 for you. It seems to change up through the variations and then go back to the low one. So 3 is 900 and 2 is 900. Then why would I ever want to do... Hey you need to go back upstairs. Shoo! Oh, away with you. You don't even have pants on. Silly child. Go! Poor, man. I'm poor. I am poor. I unfortunately, you know, came back. I haven't made any gold. I haven't actually done any gold making stuff since I came back. I just sort of, lived off my savings, and now I'm out of savings. So, not a good day. Now I'm gonna go try to farm one more cursed armor fragment so I can sell that. I'm actually at the point where I'm gonna have to pray Apex prices go up. I know everybody else is like, no, Apex prices don't need to go up. I need them to go up. I need to sell a bunch. But oh damn, I didn't do the I'll do the other piece in a second since I'm already up here. Then I'll just recall and run back. I'm gonna show you guys the autocomplete. The autocomplete is total shenanigans. I just won't pop. I won't pop loot. We get a drop pretty quick. And yeah, so you guys know, I may not do a full show today. I had totally forgotten that today was a day off for my kids. Although we can't really go and do anything. We got a lot of snow and ice, so it's not like we could go and be doing anything fun. But if Gizmo gets a little rambunctious, because I mean her Switch and everything is in the next room over. I'm not gonna keep her confined upstairs for 3 hours. Wouldn't be nice. But if her sister wakes up, then she can play Minecraft on the Xbox. Can't believe my 5-year-old is Minecrafting it up. Oh yeah, the discussion we had the other day, ancestral crates being a more rare drop than coin purses. Seems it's that way now in Whale Song and Ages, which sucks because I don't really want crates. I want purses. I'm constantly sitting at max labor because I need to get a farm that I can put a drill on. I got things I gotta do. So yeah, I gotta get a hold of a farm. I got a ton of Gilda stars. What do you get from crates? You get the enchants from that used to be honor enchants, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. It's a huge labor sink now, because now you have to open a bunch of crates to get the enchant you want. Of course, I'm not gonna get a cursed armor fragment until I pop loot pot. That's just how this is gonna go. Because to give me the armor fragment I need without making me open 57,000 things would just be too nice, right? But yeah, crates aren't really worth it. Now I will say silver chests are really worth it. One silver chest is one fine lunarite, which means people are going to be able to make gems easier. A whole lot easier. You basically break even with your hey, a person. Thanks, people. You basically break even with your silver chests now. So, and then you get the lunarite. So, what is that? What the hell is it called? Fine glow lunarite. Nope, not fine. What is this stuff called? You know what I should... Oh, no, not superior copper. Why don't we just not be stupid? Superior glow. $35 a piece. So a silver crate is going to give you about 9 gold plus 35 gold. So definitely worth it. Yeah, the drop rate of silver chests does kind of suck. Yeah, I had a couple of hundred of them as well. I got a bunch yesterday. So do you recommend as a ranged spec I get defense pen or keep going for resilience? Apples and oranges. Frost, if you're playing ranged, you're a glass cannon anyway. You're not gonna tank shit. Your build is so weird anyway. It's hard to give you any advice because it's like I disagree with your entire premise. If you're not trying to be tanky, get Def Pen. If you're trying to go for Alpha Strike, get Def Pen. Don't get Resilience. But like I said, your build is bizarre. So what I really want to tell you to do with your build is throw it in a dumpster and light it on fire. But no, get Def Pen. You're not going to be tanky enough to hang with anybody. So your goal is to burn them down before they burn you down. Yeah, this is gonna piss me off because I'm not getting any purses. So I'm not actually gonna make any. Yeah, what is this? I've gotten four purses to 11 crates. So, what would I recommend for your build? Right now, archers, I don't know. With the change to Zeal, Ebonsong's dead. I really haven't done much build theory crafting this week, because of the shenanigans. I think I'm just gonna teleport home and then, yeah, you took our suggestions for getting Missile Rain, but you still have sorcery in your build. I mean, which is interesting. I'm like, you guys know I'm a huge fan of Think Outside the Box. Should a range build specifically one shot due to ping issues just scrap all Def Pen? No. If you know that you if you know that you have issues with your ping, you shouldn't be playing a glass cannon build. You should be playing a tankier build. All right, I'm gonna come back when I can pop loot pots. And I don't want to pop loot pots because then I'll be doing this for 30 minutes. I want to show you guys the other thing. The other thing that's absolutely but the missile range still has a cast time, 2.9 seconds either way. Missile rain has no cast time. It's an instant. You should be using mist because it's a cone in front of you. Yeah, this one. This is the one you use. They literally gave you. Yes, this one. This is your damage. The missile rain is the cone in front of you. It's a push. It is the single most annoying skill that archers have. Oh my god, Frost, it is your big damage because it's a push. The flame one is your ground reticle. Go watch archers that fight. They all use missile rain. Because what it is it's a push and it's damage. I think you were high on painkillers. Tankier just switched to plate archer. If you want to play archer, yeah. I mean, if you know you have ping issues, then, like, as much as I hate to say this, if you know you have ping issues, Archeage is rapidly becoming not the game for you. That's what I thought, and the other guy told me to switch and look at the damage. Well, don't, like I said, man, be careful who, always listen to people's advice. Always listen to people's advice, but recognize when you're using it. Are you talking about for farming, or are you talking about for PvP? For farming, yeah. For farming, use the big damage one. For PvP, use the mist one. Note to self, don't listen to anyone but Gillette. No, don't just listen to me. If it's healer stuff, listen to me. If it's anything else, I'm just going to tell you what I run into. I haven't been hit with a ground reticle, missile rain probably in 3 years. Alright guys, here's the big one. I forgot to show you guys this. Probably because I want to, like, erase this from my memory. Okay, in the cash shop, you're gonna... And this made me... I haven't really played since... I found out about this. I, like, took all of yesterday off. This just kills me. First of all, let me tell you why it kills me. This is a 4-year career of leveling. And some of these got dropped back down so that I could get my title level 4. But weaponry 101, machining 52, you know, carpentry, larceny, all these things. I have the titles for logging and gathering. I have the 230k titles. I don't do anything. I wasn't doing anything with them. I wanted the farming, famed. I was gonna level fishing up, but now that I got title stage 4, you know, I don't need any more titles. Because, yes, people are like, well, you could get title stage 5. Yeah, I'm at 96 of 1,000. Even if I did all of the big ones, alright? Even if I did all of these big ones, I would still be way far away. So, you know, it pisses me off when this came out. So I'm gonna do the simple. Am I balding? No, I got a haircut. I get a high and tight. Dude, my hair is thick as shit. It's annoying. I'm balding. So you guys know tech certs, right? Now I cannot make these. I cannot make these for several reasons. I don't have the famed proficiency. I don't have maxed. Request. 16,000, right? The most, that's the most I can, it's the most I can request. Minimum listing fee, 1 gold, 28 silver. Confirm, and I'm going to make the crafting request. So now, I come up here. Request, right? I have a crafting board request. Up that up here. I don't know why this says buyout price per unit, but whatever, I'll list it, right? Total listing fee, 19 gold. If I click right here, autocomplete crafting request. Now, ignore this for the moment because I'm still researching on why the additional fee is what it is. But I could, if I bought 5 of these request completion tickets, I could hit confirm, and for 240 gold, I could make these. Down here, you only need 1 ticket if you wait till it's under 11 hours. It only costs you 20 credits to make this. It's not going to cost you the labor. It is going to cost you the gold. Now, I know a lot of people are like, but Jay, that's not worth it. Well, obviously, I don't. It is. It is. But obviously, I don't have the mats sitting around. I don't have the mats sitting around for, like, an Ionad or an Aranor. But you can auto-complete for 20 credits an item that you don't have the proficiency for. So you could make a wrapped car without having 230 machining. It absolutely kills me that you can make any item regardless of if you have the proficiency. So what in the shit is the point of having the proficiency? I'm gonna do a more in-depth explanation of it. I'm gonna do some more testing. I wanted to show you guys that today. But I actually discovered this on Saturday, and I stopped playing. There's absolutely no point now. Why level your proficiencies? I mean, yeah, it's gonna cost you a little bit of gold. Let's say it costs 500 gold to make your Ionad. It's still gonna be cheaper than, you know, leveling your weaponry to make your Ionad or your Aranor. So I wanted to show you guys that it's absolutely unbelievable. Like, I feel really bad too because somebody had just paid me to make handicraft gems, and I'm like, well, now I feel bad because that person paid me, like, not a lot, but they bought the labor pots. They could have bought an Apex for the number of labor pots they bought me, and then just waited until 1 hour left and complete them. So I don't quite get what XL is doing with that one. It seems like XL is 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You can make your own requests. Yeah, that's the entire point of it, is for you to auto-complete your own requests if nobody else does it. Inside the 37 hours, if nobody makes your item within 37 hours, then it's designed for you to be able to make your own. Kind of dumb, in my opinion. Kind of dumb. Alright. Oh, you know what we're gonna do? What time zone is it? Go do my other bullshit. Saturday I logged in, did my Hiram dailies, logged out. Yesterday I looked at the clock and I was like, I don't even want to leave. I was playing 7 days. I was like, I really don't want to don't even want to log in. I just did not want to come in yesterday. And then it's shit like this. It's the splendid Luna Gem charms that, you know, I know people that have gotten screwed because, you know, it's their own fault. It's their own fault. They didn't do the research on what exactly these were doing. But now they've converted like 7 or 8 T2 gems into T1s plus 3s. It's a damn shame, but, you know. And then I always laugh when people are like, well, I wish I had known what it was going to do. And then I'm like, why are you bitching to me? Like, if you bitch to me that you wish you knew what it was going to do, I'm just going to shake my head at you. I'm going to be like, gosh, if only you knew the guy that makes the Archeage 101 video series. I don't know what you mean. I fucking just did a video on Luna Gems. So, what the shit more do you want? Like, what more do you want? You were more confused? Well, okay. Why were you more confused? Well, that's not good to hear. If my video confused you, that makes me sad. These guys seem to be way worse pay to win than Tryon. A little bit. If you guys didn't see the article last week, Merv Crolin said that they're looking at the antiquated cash shop system, and they're trying to bring it into a more modern hybridized model. Not quite sure what that means, but little bit. They're definitely going the more pay-to-win locked DLC route, without a doubt. They're definitely doing that. Definitely doing that. Locking extra quests behind cash shop purchases. I mean, I don't think there is a way out for them. Short of Archeage Prime, I don't think there's a way out for them. But I don't know how Archeage Prime would be received at this point. But right now, Archeage has a brilliant opportunity right now to fix their shit and take back over market share. But I don't think that Crolin, I don't think that, first of all, the I don't think that Gamigo gives a shit enough to make money. They want to make easy, cheap, dirty money. They don't want to make they don't want to, you know, they don't want to make the game revolutionary. Yeah, you know, I'm going to be honest, Krolin is a fucking joke. Krolin doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. The dude has no integrity at all. He has no competence. Like, I still have that video that basically shows he doesn't care enough about his job. And I'm going to be honest, there is a rule in business. There is a rule in business about being a good manager, being a good leader. I don't like the word manager. One positive thing about coming out of the military is I hate the word manager. I don't think you manage people as much as you should be leading people. And he's a shit leader, because the truth of the matter is leadership is a very lonely, very, very lonely world. He was so busy chasing after sock that it became well known. It like became really well known. Now, I ain't all about someone's personal business being on full blast, right? But when it's so well known that it gets to me, and I'm not a gossip guy, I don't give a shit. Do whatever you want with your personal life. But when I find out you're the senior producer, look at your name. You look at your job title, senior producer. To me, if you're the senior producer, that means anybody on the Archeage team is off limits for romantic engagement. Sorry, but then how are you an objective leader if you're dating one of your subordinates? And now look at the mess. Look at the mess that they're in. Somehow Krolin has gotten himself put into a position where he's not just the Archeage guy. I don't know what he's doing. I don't want to look into what he's doing. All I know is what Gamigo did last week was fuck up this product. I do have a feeling that, you know, when the U.S. government isn't on, furlough or shutdown, I am going to put in the FTC complaint against Bait and Switch against Gamigo about the mounts. And I know what Trion's response is going to, or Gamigo's response is going to be. Well, it's a virtual product that we have the right to change at any time. And the response will be, yeah, but the problem is that you didn't say you were changing it. See, you got him over a barrel there. They never even announced that they were changing it. They just changed it. So, I mean, they can fuck around. And do I think anything major is going to happen? No, but it is a black eye for them. That's really, I mean, that's all you can do. It's scummy as shit. But short of a lawsuit, nothing's going to happen to them. And I'm not Van Fleet. I'm not a Mateo County lawyer. I can't file a lawsuit against them. It is funny all the people who turn around with the, well, you'd have to sue them in Germany because they're a German company. No, they're an American company as well. They have offices in America. What, Austin, Chicago, and Redwood City? But the problem is that it's the same problem we get with all video games. The whatchamacallit? The consumers don't vote with their wallet. If consumers voted with their wallet, then if consumers voted with their wallet, Tryon and Archeage would have been shut down. Krolin should have been fired when he was caught leaking internal builds to his friends pre 2.0. Yep. You know, what pisses me off is I don't think you can find somebody that you could say cares more about the game than I do. And I know some people would question that, and they're like, well, Jalan, you're critical of the game. And yeah, but being critical of the game doesn't mean I don't care about the game. Being critical of the game is, being critical of the game shows I do care, and I care enough that you're going in the wrong direction. I walked away from the game because I cared more about the game than the producer. I knew more about the game than the producer. And I've proved that with the videos that I've published that basically slam Crowlin, Big Data Dude, and Muzzy. It was really a matter of you guys don't even know what the fuck's in the build. But I all the way back to Scapes, Firekate, and Amory. I was talking to them in chat on the alpha server, asking questions. I knew about the game from the Korean and the Russian builds, and I was asking questions, and they were like, we flat can't tell you, and I was like, okay, and they're like, we just flat can't tell you. There was no, oh well, we'll tell you. Now Quill, on the other hand, I mean, Quill was cool about it, because I wasn't asking for changes in the mechanics. I was asking for like the translations. And I was sending Quill what I thought the translation was, and he'd be like, no, that's not what it is. And then there were a couple of times Quill was cool as shit about it. I would say to Quill, I was like, is this translation really what I think it is? And Quill would go back and he'd be like, no, it's this. And then a couple of times Quill sent me back a message and he's like, dude, I'm on the build and you were right. It's closer to your translation than mine. Quill should have been picked up by any company, any solid game company wants a Quill on their team. Dude just goes out of his way to do a good job. But yeah, Crowlin, I mean, Crowlin, that reminds me of the Band of Brothers thing in EVE Online, where the developers were giving Tech 2 blueprints to their alliances. So yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I don't know how you can be the senior producer of something and know as little about a product as you do. And Crowlin doesn't know shit about this game. And then the whole well, we decided to ask XL to make the gems reusable because that's what the player base wanted. Really? When did you ask the player base that? Where is this "that is what the player base wanted" come from? Oh, well, you know, it... Oh, so you mean it's what you wanted? I was actually hoping, beyond hope, that Crowlin would get fired when Gamigo took over. I was hoping that it was Crowlin that would get the boot. No such luck. But yeah, I'll show you. I'll give you guys the link. I'll show you again what I have, what we got done this weekend. You guys wanna? The guide that I've been working on is up. All 72 pages of the guide is now up on the website, and of course, if you want to see this as a Google document, you can do that here. I hate duplication of effort, but I know some people don't want, like, you know, the 30-second scroll. Now that this is done, I gotta change where the anchors are. I didn't check the anchors when I put them in. I'm not a web guy. I'm not a web page design guy. So, unfortunately, I made a fatal error in life, and now I'm kind of stuck. I'm kind of stuck with it. I have, when I built my website, I built an email address on it, and I built my Google account around it. But I built my Google account around my Wix email box. So I need to figure out, I need to talk to YouTube to see if I can port my YouTube channel to a different email address. And I don't think I can, so I mean, it's only a couple of $100 a year. But I did kind of the things I wish I knew when I started. and that falls into it. I did fuck that up. I realized I fucked that up when I was sitting down this past fall and I got all the bills for the web pages and stuff. I was like, yeah, man, a lot of people tell me that I should get off Wix and I should go to a different web solution because I could do more things. And then I realized that I won't get the email box. So that's one of my things to look into. I want to change I was a little upset about the double time mistake I made. I thought double time had a 20-second duration. It does not. It has a 1 second duration plus 1 second per song. I don't quite yeah. I don't understand I don't understand. Where is it? This one. 1 second and then plus 1 second for each perform skill up to 5. This one is 130% for 2 seconds, but it resets if you take damage. I mean, I'm sure there's some builds that works for, but I'm not quite sure how I would make that work. Does focus really do anything? No, not really, not anymore. Focus used to be required in order to deal with anybody running defense, and if somebody was running defense and once they put up readout, you weren't gonna chew through them without focus. Attack, focus, amount of same level targets, block, parry, evasion your attacks can penetrate. Focus does work for bypassing evasion. Like, where is it? Defenses. I have a 34% parry rate. Let me throw my shield in. This isn't exactly accurate because I'm in my off build, but 34% parry, 20% shield block, 24% evasion. So it does bypass those stats. But since shield block is only a 60% damage reduction, and parry is only a 40% reduction, most people just want to stack. Most people want to stack up attack and crit. That way, okay, so you parried me and you reduced my damage by 40%. Okay. That I'm still hitting you. In the old days when parry was a complete negation, it was like, oh, I would have hit you for 10,000, now I hit you for 0. Oh, well, I gotta have focus to get around that. Now it's, I hit you for 10,000, oh, now I hit you for 6,000 instead. Oh, okay. Now, I'm not quite sure, because I haven't studied the 4.5 combat changes, the 4.0 combat changes, because I'm not melee. I don't really give a shit about how that works. I farm as melee. I heal. I do know that parries and blocks prevent critical strikes. And now with the resilience changes, do I have a different build for melee? How do I achieve 1800 melee attack? use Blade Dancer. So, yeah, I'm in Cloth. Yeah, it's a buff. Oh no, God, if I had an actual melee set, it would be ridiculous. But I don't got that kind. I didn't got that type of gold. I ain't got that type of time to farm up a second set. Looking at a bunch more for a third set. Yeah, I need to. Hopefully Z and Kia and everybody are squared away this week, and we can start running library 3 times a night. I do want to get the library. I do want to get the library healer set, or at least a couple of library pieces. For the healer set, I would like to get the 7/7 set so I could play with the buff, the 7-piece buff. But the truth of the matter is, when we get 5.5 in the summer, being able to go up to Mythic T4 is going to be ridiculous. For your playstyle, yeah, your playstyle. I mean, that's the other problem. They changed so many of the trees. That, I mean, you have to like your build. Like, a lot of people say to me, "Why do I run Doombringer?" Well, I run Doombringer because I'm a raid healer, and since I'm not going to be able to do the crazy shenanigans that I used to do as a frontline cleric, then, you know. If I can't be on the front line doing what I used to do, then I'm just going to be in the middle of the raid throwing massive heals. I mean, I have, what, 1,500 healing power on a two-hander, or on a one-hander? Like, we talked about it on Friday. I run a mend build, so that's why I have cast time gems. A lot of... I can't believe how many whispers I get. Man, you should be running crit heal bonus in your bow. No, I shouldn't. I shouldn't. I like sitting at 40%. And they're like, well, you get to 40% with... Yeah, I get to 40% with prayer stacks, except mend chews up my prayer stacks. I want to be able to throw my mends the way I want to be able to throw them. Thanks for playing, though. Like, it's not about... Like, it's not about convincing me that my build is wrong. Like, I'm never going to try to convince you that your build is wrong. I will point out all the things I see wrong with your build, but that doesn't mean your build is quote unquote wrong. Out of view. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I'll end up doing a second bow. I'll also end up, as I have the gold to do it, and the time, I'll take this club to, I'll take that club, I'll roll the synthesis, I'll get strength on it, and then I'll roll that club to, T3 epic. But, people say, well, why don't I use a two-hander? Because I don't want to use a two-hander. I mean, I will most likely switch out of Blade Dancer at some point for probably Paladin or I don't know. There's a couple other builds that I think might be a little more effective than Blade Dancer now that they've that they've changed it. Shade Hunter was amazing. I ran Shade Hunter Outrider in alpha, and people used to not have any idea what to do with their life, especially now with Absorb Life Force giving you 13% of your life back regardless of the damage you do. Shade Hunter is sick. I mean, you get a ton. You get an absolute ton of stuff out of occultism. Absolute ton. So the goal here is to finish these dailies, because I apologize, I didn't get these done. If you guys need to know anything, let me know. I've done the library, the new library dungeon a couple of times. It's easy as shit. If you have one good healer, one good ranged, one good melee, you're gonna chew that dungeon up. There's people need to be, I mean, people don't need to be really well geared for the new library dungeon. It certainly helps if they're not so dumb that they die. Did I see a library? I did, but not with that person. There we go. Oh, that's done. But no, the new library dungeon is easy. The first 3 rooms, at least, are easy. I haven't checked the Hellneck trick to see if you can pull Hellneck into the cubby. You might be able to. You might still be able to pull Hellneck into the cubby. And if you can do that, then that room's even easier. Let's first and foremost go try to get 1 cursed armor script. Hello, Bootsarino. What you doing? Sitting at your desk? Well, you can turn your computer on. You know how. You're fine. Got it? Okay. Smallest Paradox gamer is on the other side. Now, granted, she's not ready for Archeage yet, but she is, she was doing ABC Mouse like a champ the other day, although she wants to play Archeage. I would let her play Archeage, but I'd have to set up a specific chat filter. No one is ready for Archeage. Blah, blah, blah. Buffs. You know what I want to go kill? I want to go kill the tree. Come here, trees. Kill these guys too. We're trying for silver chests right now. I meant to go up to Whale Song first. Yeah, there they go. On Nation Chat, we're getting the mount argument again. I'm so tired of the synthesis notices. Are silver chests worth opening? Yes, you get about 9 gold from opening the chest, and then you get a 33 gold, 33 to 35 gold lunarite from it. Absolutely worth opening. Absolutely, positively. I mean, here's the thing: you're not gonna get the price of the new lunarite is never gonna drop, because you're never gonna reach a point where everybody has everything gemmed. So gotta turn it down, please. Is it possible to be an immortal healer anymore? No. You can get close, but you can't get the full. You can't get high enough, and we were talking about this on Friday, and I'm still doing some number crunching. I don't think that you can get your received healing high enough that you can actually make people give you life back. And we had a great conversation on Friday. Another number cruncher that was here. We were talking about the stuff like the mistakes in the math. The mistakes in the math of Archeage. Where they pull out the number of how much damage you took to decide how much damage you get back from absorb life force and stuff. It's not at the right step, so you can actually make somebody heal you. You've opened 25 and 22 of the crates and dropped only 1 lunarite since the patch last week, because every single silver chest I've opened has given me a lunarite. Every single one. Like 25 for 25. Hold on. Shh. You're gonna talk, you gotta go back upstairs. People who don't know what the fuck they're talking about really irritate me. If you don't know the whole story, then shut up. Like, people don't realize that Tryon fucked the game because the fastest mounts are supposed to be the Black Arrow and the Thunder Dash, which you get in-game. But they normalized all mounts. And we're not going to sell the best of anything in the cash shop. We're not going to sell the best of anything in the cash shop, except the pajamas. Because apparently the pajamas don't count. Man, all I want is 1 silver crate. What are the pajamas? The rabbit pajamas out of the cash shop are actually better than the ones that you can get in game. They give more labor. So Tryon said when they did it, oh, the best item will never be available in the cash shop. Let's see. Gilda. So for Gilda, you can get pajamas that give 250 labor. For credits, I hate this cash shop. Oh. The fuck? Hold on one second. There they are. So the cash shop pajamas give 75 times 4 plus 75. So, I mean, 75 times 6. 450. So those give 450. I think I was wrong on the other ones. No, it's 250. So the cash shop pajamas give an extra 200 labor per sleep, and if you can sleep twice, that's 400 labor. When you add that up, that's, you know what, 12,000 labor a month. That's not an insignificant amount of labor. But it was all based around, we're not going to sell the best of anything in the cash shop. Getting spicy in here. But you know, I mean, the problem comes in is that this game is the best game on the market, unfortunately. Everybody comes back to it. It's like everybody comes back to Archeage because there's nothing else worth playing. And then other game companies right now, other game companies that I've been following, been getting kicked in the teeth. Fractured, which is a game that you'll see down below on my Twitch, they're having major problems. They were using Spatial OS, which Unity won't allow anymore. Unity has basically said to Spatial, get fucked. And now games like Fractured are just stalled. I don't know what they're doing right now. They're probably doing game design work, not actual work, but, you know, sit down with the pen and the pad and think about stuff. Because what's the point of programming anything today if you're going to have to reprogram it in a new engine tomorrow? Ashes of Creation is... they're in some shit shape right now. Unfortunately, they're at 33 days without their database migration happening on their webpage. That is crisis. They've gone from troubleshooting management to crisis management at this point. That's where they're at. If you can't get hold on one second. If you can't get your database migrated in a couple of days, first of all, I talk about this in my Ashes of Creation videos, but if you're going to do a massive database migration, what you do is you take everything down you add no new data to the equation. You ship the old database to the new database first. Then, when that works, and only when that works, do you start adding new data to it. What they did is they added old data, new data, data from 3 or 4 sources, which really started my brain working. Why are you in such a rush? If your game is fully funded, why are you in such a rush to get the monetization of the new system up and running? So that one caused me concern. These guys are just being ridiculous in the chat. So yeah, games are having problems. Crowfall has issues. We did not get 1 silver chest. That is crap. But yeah, Crowfall's having issues. Camelot Unchained is in shit sorry state. They can't, for some reason, they can't get their product good enough that they're willing to take the NDA off of it, which you guys know back in July, all the way back in July, I wanted to cover Camelot Unchained, and July 4th was supposed to be the day that they went into the next beta phase. They punted that. Chronicles of Illyria, that game's gonna fold. That game's never gonna see release. I know there's some Chronicles fans out there. Your game's never gonna see release. And people are like, you shouldn't say that, blah blah blah, you're hating on the game. I hate to tell people, but I was a huge supporter of Chronicles. And then I don't like how Caspian talks to his community. So why in the fuck would I want to why would I want to leave Archeage with a company that talks down to their players to go to a new game with new people that talk down to their players? That doesn't make a lot of sense. What else is out there off the top of my head? The repopulation, I don't know what's going on with that. I don't think it's ever coming out. I don't think it's ever going to get to releasable state. Couple of smaller games in development at the bottom of my page. Valar and Defend the Night. They're in development. They're chipping along. You know, they're moving along with a good clip. They're a couple of years from release, but they're doing it the right way. And I think in 2019, I think the era is you need to have not just open, transparent development, but you need to have community-driven development. I think we're past the point where you just tell gamers what they want. Like, why the fuck doesn't Gamigo listen? Hey, guys, the preponderance of the community is okay with unnormalizing the mounts. Just go ahead and sell non-normalized mounts. But if you're gonna do that, fix the Thunder Dash and fix the Black Arrow. Fix the in-game obtainable mounts, and nobody's gonna give a shit that the cash shop ones come out. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe you guys... Would you guys mind if they released 11.5 meter per second cash shot mounts if the Thunder Dash and the Black Arrow were brought back to their original Korean version? What do you think they could do to curb the insane alt problem? Nothing. They actually couldn't do anything because when they sold you stuff to allow you to have alts, they said alts are allowed. They said multi-boxing is going to be allowed. So you couldn't then turn around and tell people, oh, alts aren't allowed because there's what I needed. How do you tell people, oh yeah, we sold you the bit that you need to have alts, but now you can't have them. So yeah, I mean, here's the problem. Do you guys realize that this is almost, and I would love for you all to start calling my show the official Archeage stream, just to force Gamigo to do Archeage streams. And I say that because they don't do streams. They don't do streams at all. They don't give a shit about their community. And that is what is absolutely horrible. They don't give a shit about their stream. They don't give a shit about their game at all. There are how many? 4, 8, 12. There are 12 streamers on Archeage right now. One's Russian, wearing a pirate hat. And then there's me. There's Angel Aylin. And then everybody else is like 5 or less. There was a time when there were like 30 or 40 Archeage streamers. And there were a couple of hundred viewers. There were Archeage streams all the time. The game, people actually still care about the game. And you know that people care about the game based on how much Apex is getting sold. There are still people playing the game. Like, the server's full. The land situation is full. I'm gonna jump up real quick. It is freezing out. I have the space heater on my legs, but my legs are killing me. Let me get up. Let me walk the first floor real quick. I'll be right back. Oh, yeah. I do not like, I don't like the cold. I do not like the cold. People arguing people are fucking arguing about legalities and stuff. It's kind of funny. It makes me smile. You know, I wish we had more oversight of MMORPG and, well, video game in general. I wish we had more oversight of cash shops. I think that the law, you guys know that I followed the law that Chris Lee of Hawaii put in Hawaii. Can't sell loot boxes to anybody under the age of 21 because they represent gambling. I would have loved to have seen that law get approved. Just because then you would have had to basically not let Hawaii have video games. What is that thing that I do every time I hit a mob? Not quite sure which one you're talking about. The thing that goes out every time I hit a mob. Oh, that's, lightning, what is lightning triple slash? Yeah, lightning triple slash. That law has no legal basis for any of its definitions. Yeah, that's the problem. A lot of people, like we just had a conversation the other day about well, let me take a swing back. That law has no legal basis for any of its definitions. It does, because you run into the legislature it's not lightning, it's the other one. Well, it can't be because I have Quake. There you go, you're right. See how often I play Battle Rage. But yeah. When you introduce a new law, you're saying we, the people of Hawaii, think that this is how it should be. I don't think loot boxes should be. I don't think that loot boxes should be sold. Period. I think they're cash grabby and a scam. My background in psychology tells me that yes, absolutely, there is gambling addiction, and when you make loot boxes in such a way, people get addicted to them. People do get addicted to loot boxes. I think it's a scummy practice. I think it's a scummy practice because it's the same reason why you price something at $9.99.99, because the mind will see that it's $9.99 and you disregard the decimal points and you're like, oh, it's not 1,000. I think that if you want to have a cash shop, just have a cash shop, man, and just sell the items in the cash shop. You want to have unicorns and cash shop boxes? Just sell them. I don't care. Sell them for 20 bucks. I don't give a shit. Even better, this is one of the few things that Ashes of Creation, that Intrepid Studios is doing more better. They're selling skins. You have to get the mount in-game. You get the mount and its abilities in-game. But, mo better. Mo better. Not even more. It's mo better. You want your, like, you want to have these abilities, that's fine. But you want it to look like a unicorn? Fine. Then all you would do is you would open this up, and then right here there'd be a little box that would be the same as this little box. And then you would just literally, you'd open up this and you'd be like, oh, today I feel like riding. Today I feel like riding my tree, right? But I wanted to have the Thunder Dash's abilities. So you just put the skins on it. Now, I do know, in a competitive PvP game, I do understand why competitive PvPers are against skins. I do recognize your argument. I do recognize your argument in that if everybody can put skins and transmogs on, then you have no idea what the person's using. Sure, I get your argument. I absolutely understand. Just like I had an interesting discussion with somebody about stealth the other day, and they had an interesting view. I don't share it. You know, I absolutely don't share their view, but I acknowledge their view. They have a good view. Basically, from their view that I got, that they want to be a gank artist. They want to be an out of the shadows assassin. So they don't like the way stealth works. I mean, like I've always said, if you want to be something, if you want a game to have a feature, don't try to hide your suggestion and wrap it up in it's for the betterment of the game. Just outright say what you want and why you want it. Like when I take my positions on healer stuff, I'm like, I want this to get changed because I think it's bullshit that somebody with less gear than me can kill me because the game is slated to damage dealers instead of equality. But then if the developer comes out and tells me right to my face, hey man, we're not balancing our game for 1v1. Oh, alright then. If I know from the word go that as a healer, I'm not on par with damage dealers, that's cool, just tell me that then. Don't let me get to end game healer and then find out, oh, I was never supposed to be competitive. No, Frost, wasn't our conversation. It was somebody actually sent me a text document that they're sending into Intrepid, and I'm like, eek. Yeah, I love stealth too. I just happen that I think that this, okay, I think that this is bullshit. I don't like this at all. I don't think it should be like this at all. I think it should be like Intrepid's Shimmer. And let me, it's for the people who don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Let me, I probably lost it. I did. Let's see. One of the things I do want to do is I want to clean up my desktop. Alright, so as you guys see, this is stealth in Archeage. And then if you're across the board, you cannot see me. Hey, Majan, if you were over there on that cliff up there and I mean, I could move as fast as I want. I can jump, I can whatever, you're not going to see me. I don't like that. I think total invisibility is a bad idea. What I do like, and I mean, this is probably preferential to the fact that I've always been a huge fan of the Predator series. Been a fan of the Predator movies since I was, whatever, 7. This is stealth in Ashes of Creation. That is what the stealth looks like. It's the shimmer. It's the shimmer shine that the Predator has. If you're in that house down the road and I'm walking towards you and you're looking at the road, you're gonna see me. Now, if I crouch, if I walk slow, if I walk kind of like this, if I just take little tiny movements, and it's hard, different game, different movement style. But, you know, I think that stealth is better than a total invisibility. And that's just me. Maybe you like the total invisibility. I just happen to think that stealth is, you know, stealth is often overpowered. Yeah, Shimmer Stealth is kind of pointless feature. Gamma cranking and digital vibrance make you fully visible. Also, as we found in the Battle Royale for Ashes of Creation, and I've heard about this in other games, what is the trick? If you set your view distance to maximum, but you set all your other settings to low, then you can see a person all the way over there, but you don't render the bush that they think they're hiding in. So you literally see a person crouching in a field. And they think they're crouching in shrubbery. I mean, it's the downside to technology. It's the downside to where we're at. Alright, I got my 1 gem. I'm gonna go finish the rest of the shit today. But a lot of people, like, unfortunately, the game engines allow you to edit the INI file locally. And because you can edit the INI file locally, you can change your settings. Now, in some games, it's almost a requirement. If you guys remember when Tryon had the first the first instance of snow. You guys remember that? If you're old enough and if you're long enough in the tooth to remember the first time we had snow in Archeage, shit's blowing everywhere, people are crashing. People are literally unable to load the game because the snow was such a resource intensive feature. People had to go into their settings folder and remove the snow from a text file because they couldn't even get into game, and there was no ability to turn the snow off in the game anyway. So that's an instance where I think it's a good thing that you can set your setting files locally. But at the same time, there's people in Ashes Battle Royale now, right now, that it's cheating. If you're setting your view distance to max and setting your terrain rendering to minimal so that you can shoot people across the board, that's cheating. You're changing a file in Notepad and changing settings on it that you're not allowed to change with the in-game menu. Now, if you can make all of those tweaks in the in-game menu, then it's piss poor programming. But if you're going into a file that the engine uses and editing it by hand, people are like, it's not cheating. Yes, it's cheating. You're editing a file, not with the in-game menu. Now, in some cases, we have to do it. Go all the way back to Bless. In order to get more than 14 frames per second, you had to change a file. But they said it was okay. They're like, yeah, guys, there's no feature in our interface to allow you to make the change to that file. You may go ahead and we'll get it added. Okay, well now I'm editing it with permission. Every rotten brat would play with the modified smoke and flash effects. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's just like, I try not to up my brightness when I'm playing, like, survival games. Like, jump scare games. I try not to mess with the brightness, the gamma, the contrast. But there are times in games, it's like, guys, I literally can't see where, I can't see anything. And then people are like, well, you've turned the brightness up, it's not fun. Dude, I literally can't see. Well, figure it out. If it was the real world, I would be able to do it by touch. I'm looking at a black square. Sorry, I'm turning up my contrast. I'm going to turn up my gamma for a minute. And I don't leave it up. If I'm stuck in a hallway or something and I've been there for like 20 minutes, obviously I know I'm not seeing something. Now some people are like, well, I can see it fine. I always like to ask the question, how old are you? I'm 21. Yeah, I'm 39. My vision's a little shit. My vision is a little shit there, buddy. I'm struggling. Real world limitation. It's just like somebody asked me, they're like, why don't you play in the next resolution up, the 3000 whatever? I'm like, you for real right now? Like, are you serious? Are you serious right now? Are you serial? You think that I'm gonna play? Think I'm gonna play in the next resolution up? I can barely see this shit. You want to move this up? People are like, why don't you kill the red? Is he hurting me? Yeah, the other problem is this damn desk light, man. Like, when I get done streaming, I end up looking at my, the wall, and I got like this white ring. I need to, once the kids go back to school tomorrow, I need to come up with a better lighting solution in here. That ring is pretty damn bright, but it gets the job done. I mean, streaming during the day isn't too bad. It's pretty bright in here, actually. I mean, yeah, I keep it on for the consistency of the non-pasty white vampire skin tone. Should I leave the box? Hold on. Where's Sweet Tart? Sweet Tart, I got a box just sitting there. Should I click it? Did I just leave the box bounce there for a while? Trigger Sweet Tart? No, I think I'll leave it there for a bit. Oh, bye. Sweet Tart's like, I gotta go. I can't be here no more. And then just a second here, I'll finish up my last couple of dailies. We'll talk a little bit more that media cycle. Actually, I'll finish this one and then I'll do the media cycle stuff. I realized you guys weren't here. Some of you were here. Some of you guys missed the goodness that was kind of getting one up back up on Gamigo. And I kind of like this. I feel it's my obligation to stick it to Gamigo, specifically Krolin, anytime I can. Until we get that apology, man. If they were to come out and apologize, like, yeah, guys, we ruined your favorite game. We were self-interested. We were all about the money. We were all about the profit. Then I'd be like, okay, cool. But I don't think they give a shit based on what just happened last week. So let me pop this up. Let me grab a couple of bits and pieces. Luckily, I've started sharing stuff in a little bit different of a manner. So now I know more where stuff is. Excuse me.
This is not an instruction.
It's me. I'm talking to myself. Let's open the mobile massively. All right, so last week I was getting ready to put out a video, and the video in question is this one. If you guys haven't seen this one, this is where I basically call out Tryon, or call out Gamigo for being you know, bait and switch. But here is an article on MMO Bomb, and what I find interesting is Tryon's former chief product manager. I never even knew that Krolin was the chief product manager. I thought Krolin was the senior producer of Archeage. So, what do I know? But we get down to our studio's immediate focus was to ensure the stability and continuation of all previous Tryon Worlds properties. We're currently working to restore extended services, customer support, community management, while our game teams are eagerly rebuilding and planning their 2019 product roadmaps. We're very capable, and will produce great content under Gamigo for years to come. We're very capable. All right. I gotta grab this one. Just because we're very capable. That's the video that talks about how they're not capable. Then you get to the monetization. In each of those games, Tryon Worlds has come under fire has come under fire for monetization practices. Are there plans to revisit how these titles are monetized? Yes, absolutely. The monetization landscape for online games is constantly evolving, and we need to remain relevant. Well, I'm not quite sure how they're relevant since their studio got closed. We'll do that by evaluating our business models and phasing out some of the older, aggressive microtransactions, along with reducing the reliance on lockboxes. Instead, we'll focus on selling the service and optional objective rewards through modern, hybridized models. Okay. Let's talk about your modern, hybridized models. I called bullshit, right? I called absolute bullshit, and here we go. This is not the right one. We need bait and switch. Come on now. Don't leave me hanging. I'll go get it. I got it in another place. Oh, here we go. Archeage rolls out update 5.1 as players call bait and switch over normalized mounts. Okay? Now, this is January 17th. At the same time, January 17th, Gamigo tries to do this great article, right? They try to do this great article about, like, oh, we're great, and we're changing, and we're fixing, and we got a roadmap. And then here you go with the bait and switch. Here's the counter article. Now, Massively wrote an article about MMO Bomb's article, but then here you go. They basically call out the bait and switch. Oh, sources. Paradox. They even linked my video. Now, we get a post from Tinnen, and actually, let me go just so I keep it all. On the level. I want to grab the date and time of that. That was on the 17th as well. It was at 3:50 p.m. So it was after the media circus. It was after the media circus happened. They came out with, finally, regarding the mounts. The Korean version of the mounts was inadvertently, and then it should have been the Korean version of the mounts were inadvertently. You're talking about two mounts. Were inadvertently included in the NAU version. Historically, mounts that have been available through the marketplace in some form have had normalized speeds. The inclusion of the non-normalized versions of the mount was unintended. Unintended for 19 days. When Tryon did it, they got the boxes to... I can no longer remember accurately if Tryon got the mount normalized in 3 hours, and I would say they didn't. I would say that the mount got normalized within 5 days in the next patch. But I know for a fact that the mount came down out of the cash shop within 3 hours. I bought the mount right away, and then I had to put in a ticket to get my goddamn loyalty refunded. But they took it out of the marketplace within 3 hours. These guys left the mount up for 19 days. 19 days! Don't you think after 7 days after the weekly update, after the weekly update to the game and the weekly update to the cash shop, you would think to yourself, oh, I guess they're leaving them unnormalized. The big thing is that you can't say that you're still using the normalized mount system because this has a base move speed of 16. So how is it that the mount that is acquired, how is it that the mount that is acquired by buying like every other goddamn cash shop mount isn't normalized? But all the other mounts are going to be normalized. And if you want to make it so that you can sell cash shop mounts, guess what? Storm Darter and Black Arrow. Just unnormalize them. And I'm not saying you have to put the Storm Darter in the Black Arrow as fast as the cash shop mounts. Just unnormalize everything. I'd be cool with an unnormalized version of the game. People want to bitch, be like, hey, not all we have is the Korean version of the game. What are you complaining about? But I just find it amazing. I find it absolutely amazing that they don't have the balls to engage me again. Now, if you guys remember, a long time ago in a land far away, they did get into a tweet war with me. They did. I tweeted something to the CEO of Tryon Worlds. They tweeted back, and then they got hammered by, you know, everybody, because they said, wait a minute, you're trying to Heisman Jalan with your statement, and he's proved that exactly what he said is what happened. You guys remember where they said, well, let me actually go and grab it. Not this one. We got to grab the other one. Instructional video. I'm not going to be covering anything. Shush. Only one of us gets to talk at one time. So I gotta wait for that. I gotta wait for the damn advert to roll through. Trolled by my own ads. Is this the right video? Oh, this is not the right one. This is the other one. This is the one where you know that they have such a shitty interaction with the media that the media won't give them advanced copies of the stories. So not that one. So this is when I tried to alert Tryon to the pay to win, right? We talked about family fishing with them. We talked about the farm cart thing. We talked about all this stuff. We talked about all of it. Kristen, turn it down, please. Hold on one second, guys. We tried to warn him about him. And then I got into a tweet war with them, and they turned around. Okay, they turned around and said, however, the boost provided is limited, and many of these can be made in-game for no cost. Grinding Guardian Scrolls, for example, can be made via the printing proficiency. Except, you know, not at launch. People needed, you know, proficiency, labor. And then we got the whole, without buying the credit, it was impossible to have run GHA more than 4 times. I detailed this all out for them. And they said, oh, what you're going to have is you're going to have people in dungeon gear. Yeah, dungeon gear, divine weapons, legendary, divine. This was day 2. This was day 2. And there were people with full GHA sets, right? With divine weapons. But they said, Crolin's statement was, you're going to be running around in what? What was it? Tryon said, but not a disproportionate number of attempts. Yet people had full sets. And if you remember, it takes more than, you know, 4 runs to get a full set. But yeah, shows how incompetent they are to run this game. I don't know, man. I do not know. Sad part is, like I said, it's still the best game on the market. Still the best game on the market. Will there be a new fresh start server? Do not know. I don't think a new fresh start server would go over very well unless they were to If they were to release a new Fresh Start server without any bullshit, without any time gates, any restrictions, any nonsense, then it might work. It might work. If they try to do another round of shenanigans with, oh, well, from here to here, you're... Like, the first month, you're only going to be able to do this. The second month, you're only going to... I don't think people will stand for that. I think what they should do, honest to God, get us to 5.5. Get the goddamn skills translated properly. Like, we still don't have skills translated, right? Blade Dancer. Zeal does not affect critical damage. Rhythm does not affect critical rate. Whirlwind Slash has some changes. Until you can get the changes done, stop. You know, this patch never should have seen the live server. Wow. Got quite a few heroics. This patch should have never made it to the live server. It wasn't ready to go there. Again, I don't know what their rush is. Like, I don't know what their rush is. Yeah, it is the game. It is the best game on the market. They do fuck with it, and it's one of those. And you guys can go back through. Well, you can't go back through all my shows because all my shows aren't recorded. But I used to say all the time, Trion's business practices. They're making a lot of quarters, and they're disregarding the dollars. They are doing a lot of stuff for little money. They're too busy chasing the pennies. All you had to do was not be fucking greedy, and this game would have, you know, produced an unbelievable turnover. Like, let me just finish throwing these in, and then gonna, oh, I do need that one. Why do I keep trying to sell? I can't sell this. Alright. Let's just take a quick look at Apex. They're still selling an enormous amount of Apex every single day. Now, some of it may be duped Apex, but that bug, from what I've been told, still does exist. But let's just do some math. Now, this number is going to be slightly flawed for a lot of reasons, but we'll talk about the flaw in our logic when we get done adding up the math. So we got 13,358. Now, to my knowledge, the Fresh Start server's auction house is still separate. So that means you have 4 auction houses. You have North America Legacy, EU Legacy, North America Fresh Start, EU Fresh Start. Now, in the past, I would have jumped to all 4 servers, gotten this number from all 4 places, you know, done the diligence, blah, 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 blah. Well, since I can't do that easily anymore, since load multiple accounts is freezing up my stream, we'll just go with the 1. So 13,358 times 10, 133,580 for a 2-week period. So times 26, 3,473,080. If those numbers represent all of the Apex sold for a year, they'd be making $3 million a year in Apex. Now, a couple of flaws. Number one, you have no idea how many times these Apex have changed hands. Somebody may have bought Apex low, resold it high, so that same Apex is listed twice. Well, Gamigo only makes the money once. Doesn't matter how many times I resell and flip the Apex. Number two, if I were to come along here, grab these 19 Apex, sell them, well, it would show up on the market. So if another person like me was doing the numbers, they would add it in. Well, those Apex those are 2018 Apex. Those are April 2018 Apex. I bought those all the way back then when I quit. So it does fuck with the money a little bit. Hold on one second. So, where was I? Apex, April. So yeah, roughly, you can't assume that all of this Apex, you can't assume that all of this 13,358 were bought in the last 2 weeks. But why you can say that that number is pretty safe is that not all Apex get traded on the auction house. I would be willing to bet that half of all Apex is traded direct, is traded person to person. So that means even if we want to quibble, on, I'll give you 10%. I'll give you a 1,300 Apex out of the 13,000. Even if we want to quibble that 10% didn't get bought in the last 2 weeks, that's fine. But then you got to give me double what remains, unless you can provide really good empirical evidence that half of all Apex isn't being, isn't being traded person to person. Because I know most people that trade in Apex do it person to person. The big spenders, and this piss yellow on the screen still irritates me. But I have no way to take that off without, I gotta mess with all these settings. I want to do anyway. Unfortunately, to get that yellow streak, I gotta turn the game off, turn it back on. But let's say that they're doing twice as much Apex. You're still talking, what, 6.8 million a year? 6.8 million a year on Archeage North America. Say that they're doing roughly the same in Europe. So let's call it 13 million. That's pretty damn successful. For a non-sub game. Plus, that doesn't even count how many people pay for their sub with cash. And there are a lot of those people. It doesn't even count how many people are making credit purchases. I mean, I just got them up to 13 million a year with Apex. And you'll notice I didn't even count the 2 Fresh Start servers. And there's Apex being sold there. Probably not in the quantities on the legacy servers, but they're making money. I don't know why they want to make the shit money that they're making by killing the game. They're like, well, we're merging servers. Why? Well, it'll create a healthier player base. No, it's not, because there are players who have quit because they can't find land. You got a person like me, okay? You got a person like me, 14 accounts, right? I had 14 accounts. I had well over 100 properties. 14 accounts is 28 Apex a month. 28 Apex a month is $280 a month. I wasn't paying for those accounts in with my credit card. I wasn't buying Apex myself. I wasn't paying the sub. I was buying Apex off the auction house. That's 28 Apex that needed to be purchased every month to keep my real estate, to keep just my real estate going. And I wasn't the only one. I know other land barons that had, you know, 14, 15, 20, 40 accounts. Well, why would I keep 13 of those accounts patroned? In fact, my patron is free for another 9 months. Like, I don't even do anything, and I've got enough Apex on EU. Without logging in alts, without, you know, stripping alts of honor, prestige, not prestige, vocation, without doing anything, my next 9 months are covered. The likelihood that I'll be playing Archeage for the next 9 months, okay, maybe. As you guys know, I'm a man of my word, right? So when I said that I would redo the Archeage 101 series, that's what I'm doing. You guys saw the webpage today. I have all of it laid out. Now I'll start the video work. I'll start the video work tomorrow when the kids are back at school. First couple of videos will be boring. Got to do the introduction, got to do the settings, but there is a logic. There is a reason why. There is a reason why I'm doing it this way. It's so that it becomes modular. Where is it? So I showed this a couple of times today. Here's the link to it. There's a reason why, like right here, there'll be a video link here, and then there'll be a video link. The cuts, like introduction will be its own video all the way down through section 1. And these are already videos, but what I'll end up doing is I'll end up taking the, like, this already takes you to the video. To build a website. What I'll end up doing with this is I'll end up leaving this here. I'll put the video and a link behind it. Like I said, I wish I wasn't on Wix, but I am stuck on Wix because my YouTube, I fucked this up, and I'll admit that I fucked this up. My email address is linked to paradoxgaming.net. So, although I own the domain name, I get my email box through Wix. So, it was a fuck up on my part. I need to talk to YouTube and be like, can I port this over to a Gmail account? Can I port my whole channel over to a Gmail account? What's up, Turkey? Turkey got an example of that immediate response customer service. Turkey was streaming Archeage. He's like, why won't it work? Wow, that's both pretty and obnoxious at the same time. I feel like I'm swimming into heaven. $477 on 600. I don't know what I'm at. I'm 424 on 600. I was in a rush to get it done. Don't need the title, really. You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall, silly kitty. Meow. Meow. That kitty I can't give you. That kitty has to... Oh, the camera doesn't go that way. Yeah, I saw... Were you streaming 7 Days to Die? You probably picked up a... You probably picked up the 7 Days to Die people. I got that occasionally with... Still no Wednesday. You want bug fixes. Yeah. Yeah, Turkey, you might have picked up, I used to pick that up with, Star Trek Online. A big Star Trek Online streamer would finish, and then I would get their viewers as well. Some communities support their streamers better, because obviously the more popular the game is, the more popular the game is. I want bug fixes. I don't even know what I want, to be honest, with Archeage. Are you coming over? Retard wants to see you. Come here. Come here. Come here, orange furball. Oh, relax. Right. Over here. The pretty girl. Can we talk about why Mend isn't healing the caster and why it heals more than 4 party members? Well, that's what Mend is supposed to do. Mend is supposed to heal 10 people, not you. Mend is supposed to not heal you unless you heal 4 raid members. And by heal 4 raid members, you actually have to hit them, not just... Or you actually have to heal them, not just hit them with, Mend. They have to actually get life restored. Meow. Oh, you had your 2 minutes of fame. Okay, it was more like 86 seconds. Yeah, that kitty has an eating disorder due to a traumatic event. You do too. She has an eating disorder due to a traumatic event in her life. You come from the KR servers. You come from the servers that are actually Archeage and not the redheaded stepchild of Archeage. But yeah, Mend... Nothing works. Oh, hey. Made gold. Gold is good. I actually am not afraid that I will run out of money now. Have, 700 more gold today. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a little 7 days this week. And I just don't have time to do everything I want to do. Fucking RH takes so much time. And Realm will tell you that, man, there's so much shit wrong with the patch, with the tooltips and the patch notes right now. I've already just took away him. It bounced off mobs. Just hilarious to me. Depends on... Is it actually bouncing off mobs? Because if it's bouncing off mobs, that's hilarious. Make sure you don't have the ancestral one that is supposed to bounce off mobs. The ancestral one is supposed to bounce off hostile targets. Are you doing a sea trip, Nuya, Haranya? I just got here. I'm not... I'm just swimming. Just out in the ocean. It's Ty. What's up, Ty? Yeah, I can't do this with the... I was just seeing how my eyes are adapting to the glasses. I can't do this with the yellow on, though. And it takes too long for me to, it takes too long for me to reset my... or to reload a client anymore. That's, like... I gotta, like I said, I gotta clean my solid state. My solid state is, my solid state has been, you know, in constant use for 2 years. So it's time to wipe that. Yeah, I saw that screenshot. That's been there forever. There's lore related to that. I don't think the lore related to that is actually really well defined, but yeah, it's there. It's supposed to be there. But what else, guys? Anybody got anything else that they need discussed today? Like I said, what did we do today? We did the blue salt bonds. We did the fulfillment requests, whatever the hell their official title is. We did the request completion certs. We talked about how you don't need proficiency for those. We talked about don't use these. We talked about the bait and switch. We talked about the mount normalization. We talked about Archeage 101. That is up and ready to go. I'll start filming. I'll start storyboards tomorrow. I may not get anything filmed tomorrow, but I'll start storyboards tomorrow. Normally I would start storyboards today. Hiram gear. Don't put that up there yet. Isn't 18 skill points low? No, 18 skill points is low a little bit. But that's not a lot of coin purses. That I used to have a lot more. So here's weapons. Let's do T3 because that's what we can get right now. On weapons, you can get Def Pen. You know, if you're going for a Def Pen build, like I said, some people are doing Def Pen builds. Oh yeah, I needed to bring up the whole why a Def Pen build in 5.5 may not be the greatest thing in the world. On armor, no, you cannot get Def Pen on armor. Let me find the... I'm going to show you guys 5.5. We did this on Friday. Copy of, yeah. So, get rid of these. Wait, I don't want. I can make as many copies of it as I want. Okay, so this is for 5.5. I don't do either. And I like a column. Yep. I don't want. There we go. So, with def. Without def. We were talking about on Friday, what you do with these new builds, these new Def Pen builds or crit builds. And remember on Friday, we did prove that if you don't have enough crit damage, your crits are going to do less damage than your normal attacks. If you guys were here on Friday for that, the low-level character attacking me had 50% crit damage. Well, their normal attacks were hitting for 140. Their crits were hitting for 104 because my resilience knocks down their crit damage. Also, remember on Friday we did prove that all the people who were saying that it's your base damage plus your crit damage, we did prove without a shadow of a doubt that that is wrong. We proved that it is simply your It is your damage times your crit damage rate. So yeah, it's not base plus crit. It's just your base times your crit. Now, it gets a little weird and wonky when you're under 101% crit damage, but that it just is what it is. But we proved it multiple times on Friday. What is the minimum crit damage you should have? 150%. This number now, let me take that back. Roll back. And I'm going to actually do this right here. Okay, this section right here works differently than these three sections up here. Okay? I don't know why. But when you start trying to compare the crit heal bonus damage number against the melee crit damage number, it doesn't work right. I don't know why. It just doesn't. But the math does. The math works right. Okay? The math works right. What is the minimum number you want to have? I would say 150%. But what's up? G to me. Every time I see your name, I want to play Eve. I want to go to Jita. I would recommend 150% crit damage. Number-wise, 150% crit damage. Check, check. Personal opinion. I would recommend staying on the crit damage. Staying on the crit damage lane. No, shoot who, because my crit heal bonus is also my crit damage bonus. So, when I do offensive damage with Vitalism, it's based off of my crit heal bonus, not... Like, people are like, it's based off your magic crit damage. I'm like, no, the fuck it's not. Get out of here. It's not. People are like, it is. I'm like, no. Get out of here. If my ability deals 6,088 damage, and I crit with 115.8% crit damage, would it be 6088 times 1.158? Yes. Exactly what it would be. It's your base damage times your crit rate. Now, show you the numbers. With defense, you wanna run a def pen build, and you wanna take away all of my defense, what you see right here. I'm actually gonna color this so you'll see I have no defense over here. Everything else is the same, and this is 5.5. The reason why I'm doing it on 5.5 is always gear towards the next known patch. Don't gear towards today's patch. Gear towards the next known patch. When you get to 50, when we get to Ancestral 55, when we get all these other bits and pieces, and I didn't do, for the record, I did not add in swapping out any of these gems. I did not add out swapping out any of these gems. The only thing I did do is adding in the 2 toughness gems that I will add in when this goes to Mythic. It's the only default add-in I did, because it's a given. Upgrading the gems is money and cost, not these gems. Upgrading the gems is money and cost and time and blah blah blah. Plus, can't upgrade these gems anyway. So it's 7,000 toughness, 51.8% flat mitigation, or percentage mitigation on melee. 48 flat mitigation, it's almost nothing, but we have to edit in. And a 10,000 hit. Now, we picked 10,000 because assume people are like, yeah, well, people can hit for like 30, more resilience, let's 10,000. I did fix the defense migration over here. I changed it to the new number based on 8,800. This shows the formula up here. The formula's wrong. That's why I went in and I manually put in toughness mitigation, flat mitigation, total multiplicative mitigation. Okay, your 10,000 hit is going to get reduced to 1,000. If you're not running Def Pen. You're running 0 Def Pen, your 10,000 hit is going to get knocked down to 1,000. With 26,000 hit points, I'm going to have effectively 263,000 effective hit points. Over here, without my physical defense, you're only doing 1,500 more. I still have 105,000 effective hit points. That's why I am of the opinion, stack the shit out of your crit. Don't do this 150% minimum crit thing and then try to switch to Def Pen. I gave you all of it. I took away all of my physical defense. Have it all. Have every bit of it. I have 0. Your 10,000 hit is only going to do 2,500. I just think you're better off with crit. I mean, because then you run into the whole, well, what if I block? What if I parry? What if I dodge? Well, sure, you've stacked the shit out of physical, you've stacked the shit out of Def Pen. You've taken me to 0. Still 105,000 effective hit points with my mitigation. Now, what if it was ranged? What if it was magic? Well, then, yeah, of course. But if we want to start getting into the, what if it was magic? Well, you're going to have a whole lot more magic Def Pen to get me to 0. Like, you're gonna have to like 8,800. Yeah, a melee could get me out of 8,800 physical defense, especially if they're running Songcraft, they dissonance off my shield. I mean, you gotta remember, my 8,800, 4,700 of my defense is my shield. But 14,000 magic defense, you're talking the upward cap of, you know, getting me out. You gotta remember, why I say that is, let me get rid of most everything. Let me just get down to 2,000 magic defense. And like you notice, even if you can only get me down to 3,000 magic defense, that the way the curve works, under 3,000 magic defense is still giving me 26%. Like, the curve is massively front-loaded. Like, even... you snuck down again. Even 651. Wait. 536 is still 6%. Like, add another 651. 1,200 is 13%. Like, you have to get them to 0 to reduce all of it. Now, yeah, 8,800, with most of it being my shield, between Dissonance or Shield Def Pen, yeah, no doubt, you can get my physical toughness down to 0. The likelihood of you getting me down to 0 magic defense, I don't think you can. Is there anybody here who has 14,462 magic defense or magic Def Pen? I mean, I don't think you can get me to 0. I think you can probably get me down to 2,000. But then the trade-off is, if you have stacked that much magic Def Pen, you've given up crit damage. You've given up crit rate. And remember, before the change, I have 7,500 resilience. So if you don't have enough crit rate, or you don't have enough crit damage, then your crit is going to do less than your normal attacks. In that case, you don't want to crit. In that case, critting becomes bad. I love when people are critting me with mana stars. Are you trying to come say hello to everybody? What you need? You need me to open that? Wave right there. Oh, I'll be off in 15 minutes. We'll play for 15 more minutes. Then we'll do something. Yeah, 12K, 12K is, you know, hey, that means go play in another room, not here. Oh, Frost, speaking of Gizmo, not only did you guys get to see Gizmo, you get to see no, my child has not seen Gremlins before anybody asks. My 5-year-old has not seen that horror movie. But 12K physical defense, or 12K physical def pen. But at what cost? What are the rest of his stats? Like I said, get me to 0 physical defense. That number is still gonna be 50% or more by the time 5.5 hits. So I personally think crit is still the way to go. Now obviously, yeah, I mean, crit does get nixed by parry and shield block, and obviously every attack gets nixed by evasion. But, you know, so what if I block one, parry one, and I reduce your damage? If you're sitting at 95% crit rate and 290% crit damage, you're still hitting me. You're still hitting me like a truck. And people are like, yeah, but your resilience is knocking it all down. Yeah, but you're hitting me this fucking big. You're hitting me huge. Let's take, let me just put in my very weak numbers. Okay. My very trash melee numbers. Okay. Uh, 6244 plus 70%. So, no, let's not even do that. Let's do 6244. 6244 times 3. Okay. 18,732. If you were capped out on crit rate, and that, I'm gonna go with the fact that this isn't supposed to go above 300. That's the only reason why I'm doing that's the only reason why I did times 3 instead of times 3.7. But I hate respecking, but we'll do it. I want to get the number when I get my stacks, because my stacks will give me better. 6622. $7,499. All right, and that's with crap melee attack. All right, that's with crap melee attack. Someone obviously is gonna have Way better stats than that. 43,000. Holy shit. So what'd we just say? 7499, 7917. All right, 7917. So that's 23,000. All right, that number is going to go up. Let me see if I can just math this out. Let's just math this out. Let's do 1800. Let's do 1800 melee attack. All right. 1045. 1800 times 522%. 9,396 plus 1045. So their base is going to be that 31,000. I mean, I don't know, man. I think that even if I'm going to be reducing your 31,000, okay, even if I'm going to be reducing your 31,000 by half with resilience, all right, you're still hitting for 15,000. Now, of course, that's going to, let's go 15,661. Let me bring up my recent. All right. I mean, if you can, well, we can't in fairness do 15,661. I don't think. Wouldn't that non-crit be reduced by toughness, or does crit gets reduced by toughness too? I don't know. I don't think you could get to 15,661. I don't think you could get to that with well, what did we say? Times 2. Fortunately, there's not a good way to factor in how much I'm going to reduce by. I don't know. I think crit's going to be the way to go, regardless of the def pen. Because I mean, it's not like you get 0 def pen without trying for it. I mean, I have, what the hell do I have? Oh, I don't have any right now because I'm not running. I guess I don't. I don't have any def pen. Oh yeah, I do. I have 700. What the hell is it? Oh, it's down there. I mean, I have 700 def pen and 700 magic def pen. People with the dream ring have what? 1,200? I mean, you have 1,200 base. 800 base. Oh no, you mean you got some. You have some amount of def pen all the time. Not enough to really really not enough to factor it in unless you're stacking it. I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting discussion point of these builds. I'm gonna have to look into these builds more to talk resilience versus or I'm sorry, crit versus stacking more def pen. It really becomes a matter of so 7. What'd we say? Let's just hypothetically assume that you can get to this without with, let's say we can get to our max melee attack. So on one column, the column without the def pen, we'll do 300%. And that'll be 31,323. On the other column, we're going to assume that they're only at 150%. Now, obviously, what we're doing right now is we're not doing any factoring of resilience. So this side is going to get 31,233, and this side is going to get 15,661. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna need to consult with melee people, because it does look like and this at full, it looks like without defense you're gonna take more. Now let's divide each of these by half. Let's say the resilience takes out half. Let me write the numbers down. 32, 69, 39, 78. Okay, so assuming you're gonna take half of the crit off with the amount of resilience. Yeah, it looks like def pen is the way to go. I mean, obviously this is a lot closer. That one's 709 more. That one's 355 more. I don't know. We're gonna have to explore that on Wednesday. Let me put that on the agenda for Wednesday. Hopefully we can start messing around with that. But Wednesday, we're gonna talk def pen versus crit, and what is ratio. I mean, it's going to become a matter of I don't know if you're gonna work that the other way now. If you want to get to a flat amount of def pen. Plus, I mean, the other thing, the other problem is going to become we're looking at a cloth user. You got people like fucking Kia's at like 40,000 physical defense. When songs are running, when he's buffed, when he's full, everything. Fucking ridiculous amount of goddamn physical defense. I mean, yeah, he's hit the hard cap, but if you have to def pen beyond the top cap, I mean, there was a point where my magic defense was 25,000 before they made all the changes to shit, specifically spirit. But I don't know. But anyway, guys, it is 11 o'clock. It is the 3-hour mark for my show. And as you've seen, my little one really wants my attention. So part of this was a lesson for her to learn patience and obedience and staying upstairs. But 3-year-old special needs child, or 5-year-old special needs child, she has done all I can ask of her. I want to say thanks for you guys coming out on a Monday. Really good show. Really, really good show. Gave me something to work on for the end of the week. Keep in mind, Archeage 101 is up. You guys can check that out. If you guys see anything wrong with Archeage 101, let me know. Or at the top of that website is the Google Doc as well. If you prefer to view it as a Google Doc, you can. Feel free to do that. The Google Doc is open for comments, so you can leave comments, questions, concerns, complaints. If you think something's wrong. Boom! Pandar! I like Pandars. Anyway, guys, I will see you on Wednesday. My Discord is always open if you want to click into my Discord. And the enter to win down below. That contest is running. I'll see you all on Wednesday. Take care.